Hi, this is Eric Sloof from antipro.nl with a cool online training regarding how to program your own applications with the Vix API. Let's get started. So what I'm going to show you is a short demo, first of all. This is my environment. I'm logged on with my Vsphere Client to the virtual center server, and this domain controller is already running. This virtual machine is going to be used to show that I can copy a file from my desktop into the virtual machine without using the network. So I'm going to show you the properties of this virtual machine. The network card is not connected, so there's no network connection, so I cannot use CIFS. My VM client is logged on, so I've already opened up a directory in the guest, and the directory is called TMP, the folder. So what I'm going to show you is a Visual Basic application I've built with Vix.com, and the application is real simple. It shows you a list with all the registered virtual machines, and I'm going to pick the domain controller. I can power it on, I can power it off, I can copy a file from the virtual machine to my laptop, but I can also copy a file from my laptop to the virtual machine. So if I hit put file and I navigate to my computer, the C drive, the temp drive, Vix, no, the temp drive, and then there I prepared a little text file, I think. Can't find it that quick. Let's just take vcheck report. I'm opening up the file, and the file is copied to the virtual machine right now. So let's check if the file is copied. There it is. So I've copied a file from my laptop into the virtual machine. Let's do it with another file. It's cool. It works. So we're gonna copy another file with, let's pick test. Okay, open. So the file's copied to the virtual machine right now. I didn't put in a progress bar or something. I just discovered this API a few days ago, so I didn't have the time to do a lot of GUI work. So there, the file, it is present. So is this hard to do yourself? No, not at all. So I'm going to show you how I created this application using Visual Basic. I've downloaded Visual Basic Express. It's free. You can get it at the Microsoft website. What I also did is that I've installed the VMware Vix API on this laptop. So if you install the VMware Vix API, you will see a new folder, or no, you won't see any icons, sorry. There will be a file structure on your disk. See program files. Let's go to the VMware folder. Here it is. And the VMware Vix folder contains a lot of directories. And what I saw was this, the Vsphere Tech Preview. So I thought there must be a possibility to do something with the Vix API and Vsphere. So the most important dynamic link library is this one, the Vix.com DLL. So if you are going to create your own project within Visual Basic, you have to go to the File menu, choose the option New Project. We create a Windows form. This will be just an empty Windows form. Let's resize it a bit. Okay, so we have to put a button on this form, a button for powering on, a button for powering off, and a button for get the list view. Okay, I also, my demo used a tree view. So a tree view object is very easy because you can just paste a collection into the tree view. So this is my application. There's no source code underneath right yet. I prepped some source code. It's on my C drive. I prepped 3 text files, and on my C drive, in the temp folder there is a Vix folder. And first of all, the code to get the list is this. I'm gonna walk through the lines later on. So if I'm going to this button and the code is created. I'm just pasting this code into the button. So what you see right here is some code I already prepared. There's one important thing you have to do before you are creating your own application, and that is add a reference to the Vix.com dynamic link library. So if you are browsing to the folder I showed you earlier, see program files and then VMware, where are you? Right here. So VMware Vix. What I already told you, there's one important dynamic link library in this folder, and it's the Vix.com dynamic link library. Okay, so then you see all the errors disappear. Only one. Okay, tree view nodes. Okay, so it's tree view 1. So what I actually did is you have to dimension some vars, and when you have dimensioned those vars, it's really easy. I'm going to show you where I got the source code from. It's also in the C program files, VMware, Vix. So there is a doc section in here, and the doc section has some great pages. I think those pages are also available online, but when you are going to these pages, you will see all the COM examples, and for instance, to connect to a host, you will see some code right here. You see all the properties, the methods, and this is the example code. It's written in VB script, so you cannot just copy and paste it into Visual Basic. You have to do some translations from VB script to Visual Basic, but it's not that hard. It's nearly the same language, so I think you will be fine. If I'm going back to my original VB application, you will see the same source code right in here. I already hard-coded some values like the name of my virtual center server, the username, the password, and here it is. You have to connect to HTTPS, then your host name, then the SDK, administrator VMware. You already knew my password, so that isn't the real secret. It's based on getting an error, or you will do a job and you will wait until the job is finished. Some jobs, for some jobs you have to wait, other jobs you can do without waiting for, and eventually you get a result back, and the result is your host. If you have the results, you can go to the other to the next part and then get your VMs or get your list or whatever you want. So this is just the code under button 1. So if I'm running this application, you will see my my 3 buttons, the tree view. If I hit the first button, I will actually see all the VMX files that are registered on my virtual center server, and those VMX files are very important because if you want to do something with a virtual machine, you need a full path to the VMX file. So let's see if we can add some additional code to this project. Let's go back to my Vix. For instance, powering on a virtual machine. It's empty. Okay. Power off a virtual machine. It's not empty. Let's take power off a virtual machine. Go back to the Visual Basic project. Open up the form. Power off will be button 3. Paste the code right in here. And what I did is that if you select one of the VMX files in the tree view object, it will be used to power off a virtual machine, and this is a wait without results. So you can just power off a virtual machine, do it with a wait without results. Let's see if it works. Let's first see if there is a virtual machine powered on. So let's look at the virtual machines. Okay, the domain controller is powered on. So let's power off the domain controller then. Run. First get a list, and when I have the list, I'm selecting my domain controller. I'm hitting button 3, I think. Okay, button 3 is activated. So let's check in the Vsphere Client if the domain controller is actually powered off. It is. So the domain controller is powered off. Let's try to power it on. I didn't prep the code, but it's not that hard. I already have some code in my clipboard. We go back to the form. We go to button 2. We paste in the code for powering off a virtual machine. We're using the same tree view, and what you see here is vm.poweroff. So the complete wrapper for this DLL is available. So when I just do a point, I see all those awesome things I can do with virtual machines. Some of them are only available on the workstation, but creating snapshots, creating directories, running scripts, copying files to the guest OS, getting a list of all processes, kill a process, powering off, powering on. We want to power on the virtual machine, and then when you are constructing your power up options, so it's a power on normal, property list is nothing, callback is nothing. Do I need to fill in something else? No, job's done, I think. Yes, it is. So let's try if I can power on the domain controller again. First get a list, then we select my domain controller. It's right here, and let's power it on. So it's powering on right now. Let's check in the Vsphere Client. Cool, it's powered on again. So all those things you saw when I was browsing through the list with the awesome things you can do with the job are available for you. So check for completion, you can check for completion, check for errors. You can get properties, for instance, files from a directory view. You can enumerate properties, everything you want. So it's completely aware that you are using Visual Studio. Connect error code, you can disconnect, and this is the VM object is the nice one, because what you see here is log into guest. Yeah, you have to log into the guest. So when I was copying the file, I didn't show you the log into the guest code, but it's real easy. So you can also install the VMware tools. I think you can also upgrade the hardware of your virtual machines. You can create snapshots. So this is a really powerful API, and you can use it for virtual machine automation, not only on the workstation, on the VMware Player, on the VMware Server, but also within a vSphere environment. In the end, I think that I will be adding all the features I'm programming into the VM file manager. It's what I call it right now. I will add them to the VM client, but for now it's just doing some nice things with this API. It's not hard, I showed you, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. If you create some cool applications, please throw me a link, throw a link to ntpro.nl, and maybe you want to send me an email, and I will make a nice post of your cool app. Thank you, have fun with it.